have to start planning our meals and our time, everything. So I bought this from Tumi, and I'm never buying anything that's not Canadian now, but it was only $13. But you wait forever. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now this is one my mother had for a long time ago. Different type of idea, but it needs a battery. So anyways, I did a whole tour of the house, and what I was trying to say from a micro community, don't be mad at the gentleman who works at the Post and owns the Post in Beamsville. What's going on? Because you know what? It's the tariffs. And I don't know why Trump is doing this. And a very wise woman from Canada, it's too bad, Christine Freeland, she had a falling out with Justin Trudeau. And Justin Trudeau stepped down because he did not want to deal with Donald Trump again. And the other thing I don't understand is, why do people have such a visceral reaction to their own particular ideology? I'm telling you what I think, what is right and what is wrong. America is already the wealthiest country in the world. In the world. And when you have the most power, you have the most responsibility. Can you tell me that the US government or the Canadian government isn't corrupt? But to what level? No level is acceptable. I am so tired of people not speaking truth to power, even though there are laws that scene from Blow, when George Young said, and Johnny Depp did such an excellent job, well, babe, it ain't me, babe. You're not looking for me, babe. You know, be an outlaw? You want to be a cowboy? Well, it ain't me, babe. Hey, what did I really do? I brought some plants over an imaginary line. And I totally understand that abstract thinking. And the judge with the rules, well, they're illegal plants and it's a state line. People had wars over the territory. And if you want to get an excellent background in 15 minutes on Canadian history and the pinpoints of it, and the relationship that Canada and the US have always had united. I worked at Jenny Craig, an American company, for the better part of my life, from 21 years old up until 36. "15, 16 years is a long time. And I left Vancouver 17 years ago. But the patriotism in Canada has really grown. I'm jumping a little bit all over the place. Christy Freeland ended up with 8%, and I think it's Mark Carney. I'm pretty sure it's Mark Carney. And he's the Liberal, like the front runner, because there's probably going to be an election in the spring. So US politics is very different than Canadian politics. Canada is a young country, but we kicked the US's butt. And we are part of the crown. You know that, right? Okay, so the Post. This is excellent cheese bread. I got this, so that loaf of bread was $4.69. So let's just, for math to be easy, because I love math, I really do, just to even it out. So I'm just running these back to the table. I can't stand a mess. You know, the other thing, which I'm not going to talk about. So You know, normally I would use my hands. However, being on camera, okay, so what I do is then I get the chicken. I'm using a pizza slicer because you have to conserve, but you don't want to, here, I'll show you. I'm using a pizza slicer. Why? Well, because it slices the meat nice and thin. You can get into areas that you didn't know existed, and you don't waste an ounce of chicken. And because times are going to get rough, eat your food. Stop trying to be skinny. It's ridiculous. You know, I was talking to a neighbor. So as you're doing your chicken on the cheese bread, I'm just going to tell you a story about COVID. And I don't want to get into the politics of it, okay? This is pre-COVID shutdown. So this was, I remember when we first moved from Barrie to Beamsville, my last surgery was August the 23rd of 2019. And also, we moved here on the 28th because it was 5 days later, because our cable wasn't hooked up until the 7th of September. Or sorry, the 2nd of September. Okay, so I don't know. You see how the chicken, all of those pieces that you don't want to miss, because there's no point in wasting any chicken. Okay, so that was $12, right? And then, oops. And then the bread was $4.69. So right there, that's okay, so 13, so you know, $18 right there. So I'm getting 2 sandwiches. Jeez, I need to get one of those camera holders. Here, I'm putting my soy milk in front of it. There. Okay. That's that. So then I put the chicken back in the freezer. Yeah, it was $12.99 this chicken. Oh. They used to be approximately, oh, forget it. They used to be approximately maybe, no, I guess they've always been about the same. And you know what Canadians are even doing? And they did it at Rexall and at the liquor store. They're taking all American bourbons off the shelf. All American products off the shelf. Doug Ford has threatened to turn off the hydro, and he'll do it. But you know what's so sick about all of this? Donald, why? When you said that Canadians hadn't been very nice to America, or this is an air quote, look it up online. The Canadians haven't been very nice to America. What is he talking about? First of all, that's a blanket statement. It's so vague. He gave no specific examples. His vocabulary is limited, but he knows how to speak because that's the way we all speak. He doesn't speak like a politician. So I grant him that. However, Doug Ford is fighting for Canadians, yet it's going to hurt the little people in America, and the US is hurting the little people here because all their big egos are being thrown around. So I'm putting the chicken back in the fridge, and so far this is, what did I say? Oh, $18? Okay. Then what I did is I went to the grocery store. I don't usually go to Sobeys. I usually shop at No Frills in Beamsville. the best place to get meat in the whole Niagara area is M&M Meats. M&M Meats. The owner's name is Craig. He's an excellent at his work. The ladies that work there are lovely, and I'm telling you, and it's all fresh. Okay, so this is some Swiss cheese. A little bit of chicken here and there, a little bit of Swiss cheese, oh I swear. Okay, then, so the Swiss cheese, let's keep the cost up, 18. The Swiss cheese was $6, $24. Now we're at $24. And this was $9.26. All right. Oh, she gave me really good slices too. So the roast beef at the Sobeys in Beamsville is really good, but the roast beef at M&M Meats, you can't even compare it. So I'm going to be, okay, so now in totality with the ingredients, we're up to, all right, the bread was 5, 13, that's 18. Oh, what did I say? 24, 26, $32. Then I bought Tropicana orange juice. I did. So add another $8 onto that. It was actually $10.99. So we're up to 40, 46, $50. What I always like to keep in the house, and I learned this from Gary at Yella's, and also my friend Joey, who now lives in Mexico. A little bit of Vegeta. I love it. I really, really love it. And then, you know what? Remember at the beginning of the week I said I was quitting smoking? Okay, so I didn't smoke for the 24 hours, and then I smoked a whole pack of cigarettes in 2 days, and no, not a whole pack, sorry, not one pack each day, a whole pack, so half a pack in 2 days, and today I had 2. It's, you know what, I think with that type of choice, and because you know what that does, it's a waste of money. I love to sing. I love to sing. And I'm middle of the road, not even good, but it brings me joy. And that's why I sing by myself. I used to go to open mic nights and stuff, but it's not so much that I need that. I get too nervous, you know? I don't know. Anyways, okay. So we're at $50. So what I like to do is this. So this is a little bit of soy. I like to have a cup of that at night. And you can heat it up too. If you want to heat up the soy milk, it's actually like hot chocolate. I already had kefir this morning with the banana for breakfast, okay? And then, because the cheese is already in the bread, we just grab a micro microwave friendly plate. And then we place the sandwiches on the plate. And normally I would, actually I'm going to toast them. I don't want to put them in the microwave. Okay, this is going to take a little longer than I thought. So I can't really, honestly, oh, and OJ. Okay, so some orange juice so I don't get scurvy. My mother needs something to drink too. And the plastic cups we got because when those two people were here, they broke. Oh my gosh. Everybody knows that Sophie's passed away. And do you know I tried to give away this really expensive dog food in the neighborhood? And one of my neighbors actually kept the food in front of his house, or their house. And I thought to myself, it was almost like Sophie was being rejected. And it broke my heart. And then I tried to give it to another neighbor, and can't people just graciously say, thank you so much for the offer. However, our dog is used to certain food. I wanted to share, and that was $183. So I'm going to take it to the vet tomorrow and say, give it to somebody who can't afford the food. And the reason I had special food for Sophie was because she had allergies and she had alopecia. That's why her paws were red. And that's when, yeah. And I think she started to get sick about last year. Nice kitchen talk, eh? Not as classy as With Love Megan. At any rate, oh, I still have soya milk here. I always keep the mason jars. Oh, and another place in Beamsville that's really good. She's called the Pie Lady, and that's where Eminem gets his chicken pies and the mushroom steak pies. So yeah, I buy the beets and I eat them right out of the jar. Okay, so that is heating up. My sandwiches need to go in the oven. Okay, I want to say I'll be right back, but fast forward the video for 4 minutes. Actually, fast forward the video for 5 minutes. Go meow, because we're already 18:09 minutes in, and nobody's going to go back to the second video to see the outcome, and I don't know how to edit it. So, sorry. Actually, why am I shouting? I'm just mad at myself. Okay, so I'm putting the sandwiches in the stove now so they're crispy and melted instead of the microwave. Oh my gosh, uh-oh. Oh, Lashley, you're a riot. Do you know what I had in the oven, guys? Ladies and gentlemen? I had clean pots and pans in there. I went crazy today cleaning this house and yesterday. And this is what I wanted to say about functionality. Okay, so the sandwiches are in the oven. Okay? And I'm going to keep... Ow! I just burnt my hand. Oh, that was really stupid. I have to put some cold water on it. You know what I said to my mother? I said, how is it? Because lots of people are klutzy, right? Lots of people can be klutzy. And I'm usually very careful with what I'm doing. But I am exponentially tired tonight. It's been a very rocky time. However, today, when I just cleaned everything out, I even cleaned out the cupboards. I don't even have a junk drawer. I know where everything is. And I bought some things on Temu for Tumi just to make the house a little warmer until we find another place. Look at, I really did burn it. Just a little touch. Anyway, okay, so the sandwiches are in. And I've got it on 400. I just want the outside of the bread to be crisp and the cheese to be a little melted. You know, you can even crisp the outside of the bread and then put it in the microwave to melt the cheese if you like it really, really hot. I'm doing this because I'm in a rush, right? So anyways, make sure you drink your OJ. And milk is for baby cows. But it is very high in calcium. Did it fall again? Well, I'll tell you something. This was an absolutely impromptu. I had absolutely no plan to do anything on YouTube until tomorrow because I've been working. Are you ready for this? Sarah, you're the poet in my heart. You're not around. I don't want to sing because it's late. You know, I'm getting military time completely mixed up. Okay, so orange juice, soy milk. So we're looking at roughly, let's say $60 just to make it even for this one meal. $60. Did you hear me? $60. Okay? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So those are 2 sandwiches. So if you break down the cost of the sandwich, I'd have to sit down, add up the entire bill, break down each particular slice, find out how much each slice costs, and then break down how much the meal would cost. So what we need to do is stock up even on canned beans. The other thing, we're also having a raffle, and whoever wins, and I'm asking questions about the footage on China Blue Book Nook, and whoever can answer those questions, whoever gets the highest score, you win $100 cash, and for showing up, you get a $25 Amazon gift certificate. I've already done 2 in the community. And Random Citizen won, but he gave it to Melody Moon to buy me something. And T-Bird won, and I begged her to please buy herself something. So, like I said, you know what? I'm not selling this anymore. It has to be about the content. Okay, let's check the sandwiches. Uh-oh, I burnt them. I burnt them. Oh, that's a waste of toast. But you know what? It's really not a waste of toast. You know why? Because I can just scrape off the black part, and then what I'll do is I'm going to cut it up into croutons, and I'll give it to the squirrels and the birds. Okay, so let me just get the plate and the sandwiches so you can see what it looks like. All right, so that looks good. You know what I had? I had the rack a little too high to the burn, to the top part. So as you can see, it's melted, and I'm just gonna run down yonder. Ready? I'll be right back down. I mean, right back up. I'll be right back up. I'm coming right back up. Uh-oh. Hi, everybody. I just threw cheese bread across the floor. I guess the chickens, actually the floor is so clean you could probably eat off it, literally. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm putting this there and this there, and I'm just going to heat it up because you know what happens, the cheese inside the bread rambles. I mean, it melts and it rambles around, it melts in the bread, it melts in your mouth, and then it gets in your head. You have to go back to the post, and then you listen to Ricky Gervais's roast. I love it. You know, I actually never saw that. So I put 1 minute, but you know, 20 seconds is fine. Okay, so here's bread for the birds, or you really can eat off. And this bread is really, really, really good. Really good. You know what I did today? You know what else makes the morning a lot nicer? Is when you have the coffee ready. Oh, and they did give us this for Christmas, but it was on a deal. You can have that as long as we can use it. But you know what they broke, and I was so heartbroken? Sophie's cups. I used to have about 8 cups, maybe no 6 cups, six cups, and they were $16.99. The woman that was here, I gave her, we had a little, well, her and her boyfriend screamed a lot. And my mother is 75 and Sophie wasn't well then. And I am so mad at myself because I asked them to leave many, many times, but then I didn't have the heart to do it until I did. When I felt threatened, it was scary. So, at any rate, this is a sandwich. So, you know, when you think about, you know, $60 of groceries, that will last the juice, the soy milk, the meat, the bread. It'll last for probably 4 or 5 more days, right? So if you were to eat this every day, say for 5 days, and you spent $60, that that's $3.50 a day. Would that be right? No, 5 times 4 is $20, right? And it was $60. And if that lasted for a week, I guess that would be 5, 10, 15. That would be $5 a day to eat. So you can do it, but you have to budget. You have to have a budget. And so this is what I'm having for supper tonight because my mother's gone to bed. A couple of things I did to warm up the living room is I did get this from Temu to me, and I bought some sage. And my mother changed the cushions for that bamboo chair, and we're going to get a couch slip. I used to have a beautiful leather couch set, but one of the things I've learned, and I can't stand it when people say, oh, they're just things. No, it's also a representative of your personality. The way you dress, the way you carry yourself, your actions or lack thereof states who you are as a person. And guess who's discovering that? I've never been cognitively aware of it until as of late, because to my own fault. And I take 100% responsibility for that. That was a raisin. You know? So let's see how this tastes. I don't want to talk anymore. And I'm sure you're sick of listening to me. No, that's not a nice thing for me to say about myself. I really hope you enjoyed this. Now, with Love Megan, you know, I don't have what she has. However, this is really good. Swiss cheese. It's worth investing in healthy food because it's filling, it's more nutritious. There's so many diets out there. Who cares? Just eat healthy. You know, food doesn't taste the same as it used to. My father always said that. The other thing that's really important is chewing your food, because that's why people get indigestion or an upset stomach, because they eat too quickly. He or she eats too quickly. All right, so I am sitting, how does that song go by Susan Vega? I am sitting at the coffee shop waiting for a coffee. Well, anyways, I have some interesting planned videos, and one of the things that can happen, and I think all of you would be aware of it if you've watched this channel. I started the channel to sort of study myself because of what happened. And we all go through things. So I've learned a lot. And one of the things I'd love you to leave in the comments, or don't. What did you learn from this video, if indeed you watched the whole thing through? I love long videos, but I guess it depends on how much time and your focus, or if somebody speaks too slow or speaks too fast. Possibly it's the tone of their voice that you can't stand, or maybe you love it. But I'll tell you, with Love Megan, people are making money disparagingly speaking of her, and I have as too, but I don't make I try to make a point not to be too obtuse and try to be a little precipitous, you know. She tries so hard. And she's so mentally ill. And so is Harry. And I just can't believe that these public figures are so ill. And we're just sitting there watching it. And I can't, you know, the king and queen they know what's going on with Harry. Listen to Sean Atwood and Ron Swanson and Casbar. Thank you for the new people that subscribed. I hope this didn't disappoint. Sorry about the phone collapsing, but I didn't plan to film anything at all today. So, happy Tuesday, March. See, I'm trying to let my hair grow out, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I bought the wigs, and also the wigs with my helmet keeps my head warm. Oh, and I wanted to show you, this jacket is not from Temu. This is it's lamb. It's lambskin leather, but I ordered it from Danier Leather, but now they call themselves, unless I'm wrong, it's Durham, and it's 100% real leather. And the lining is polyester, of course, and yeah. But I love it. You know why? Because, and also the boots that I had, I don't know if you noticed the boots that I was wearing in that picture. I don't know if I put a picture up, but the boots and the leg warmers and this jacket, I need this, even in the summertime, because if you fall, you're gonna hurt yourself if you don't have good leather. See, and it has the pockets for your hands. Who made that? Whoever created that, whoever created the pattern on that type of design, imagine how, I wonder who did. I'm going to find out who came up with this idea and how much are they making in residuals? Because wouldn't you have to buy that patent to create clothes? What do I know? I have no idea. So anyways, this was $239, okay? I know it's gross, it's, people sometimes don't like leather, but leather, the way you, like I said, the way you dress, the way you eat, your actions, your lack thereof actions, speak about where you are in your life. And being unpredictable isn't healthy, according to society. But then on the other hand, I think human beings like structure. But my whole point is this jacket, you know, I can't afford it, but it will last for 20 years, 30 years. I won't buy another jacket again. And the reason I did buy it, one of the reasons, is because those boots were stolen, and that long caramel leather jacket was stolen. And it was, I remember one of the reasons I had such disdain, and you know, since I've already exposed where I live, you know, I don't really care who hears this or doesn't hear it. I found myself in spots where I wasn't being handled in the way in which is deserved. And when those two people moved here, the very people that I was trying to get away from started coming here all the time. I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the two of them, they started to overrun this place. They had no respect for anything. And yeah, and what I'm also trying to say is I've suffered from addiction issues. I was anorexic. You know, for my leg, you know, and but if you're a good person, in your heart of hearts, and you have some sense of strength, you can pull through, and people do. And usually people won't start an addiction until after, if you're not addicted to anything till you're 30, apparently you're in the safe zone. I don't believe that. To me, that's like somebody throwing out stats. My mother and I have been watching White Lotus lately, and that was another motivator that wanted me to run out and grab some food, you know? So tomorrow I'm going live to do wall Pilates, and wait till you see, oh, the coolest stuff from Temu to me, T-Bird. Hi Trev, hi Melody Moon, hi Avril, hello Random Citizen, hello Charles, hello Casbar, hello Carol, hello John, hello, 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 hello. No, I'm not stoned either. You know I like my marijuana. Another beauty tip: don't keep nail polish on your fingernails for an extended period of time because it turns your fingernails orange. All right. Thank you for sticking with me in this video. And I will see you tomorrow. With love, Lasha. Oh, the poor girl. Oh, it's so sad. I could only I watched 3 episodes so far, about 5 minutes each. And I had to unfortunately give that a thumbs down. And I don't like to do that, but it's the truth. And also, I couldn't believe listening to these women talk about her and the way in which they did, which is almost like them thinking they're better than her, and she thinks that they're better than... Let's just put it this way. When you really think about it, she puts out this series, and then you have people talking about what an idiot she is and what, stay-at-home mom does this and it was phony and on and on and on. I know what a lot of people are going to be saying right now, especially CD. She's going to be right on this. She's going to get like 1 million views on them. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and the thing about her is she's pretty funny. Okay. Just push the video forward by 1 minute. Thank you. I don't know how to edit. So, thank you for watching. What are you going to do during these times? Based on what we're hearing, it's going to be difficult. So, I think it's very true. And I think they're instilling a lot of fear. However, you have to be prepared. You have got to be prepared. You have to have a plan. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay? It's actually out of an old book called Keep It Simple, Stupid. Now I also have to go give my mother her warm, now cooled off water. That was a lot of fun, and I'm going to have more fun finishing my sandwich. Now remember, the post is on Ontario Street, right across from Rexall in Beamsville, Ontario. And if you want to get really good fresh fruit, you can get it. And that's in the summertime. Sobeys sells pretty decent food. I like No Frills personally. What else? The meat for meat slices. Go to M&M Meats in Grimsby on Highway 8, and you will not be disappointed. The owner and the lady that works there, they're really nice people and perfect. I mean, the complications of farming and making good meat and It's good. So, and also the Pie Lady in Beamsville and Super Bud in Beamsville. So that's my takeaway from tonight. And it was $5 to eat this every day, which is doable. So go buy your groceries. Don't eat out. Okay? Oh, and also, my credit cards went missing when they were living here. And then my mother said, oh, wait, they'll turn up in 3 days. And they did. And you know what she did? She took down my information because on the weekend, somebody tried to order skip the dishes 2 times, but they were putting in the wrong expiration date. Did they think I was stupid enough that I wouldn't change my cards or my debit cards? And they ordered stuff from Temu to themselves under my roof. I swear I should call the cops. But I called Visa and I called and they're deducting it, but you do have to report it. So you can read between the lines on what I just said there. So long farewell. That's a wrap. And I will see you tomorrow. Also, I'm not following behind on the China Blue Book Note questions, and I am not falling behind on Annalise Michael. My house is clean. I'm clean. I feel better. Now I can take charge, do what I want, because if your house is a pigsty, you cannot function in the outside world in the way in which you have to without people looking at you like you're crazy. Like, I don't even want to waste a minute of my life being bored in line. Yeah, it's true. All right, ta-ta, see you. And that is a wrap. And I am going to finish my sandwich now.